So this is supposed to be a full guide on how to use the climate control. The lower part of the main display will always have your climate control controls. So this always stays here regardless of whatever is going on. So you always have access to it. The climate menu, all you have to do is to just press on this and this comes up. And from here, this is obviously the driver side controls and this is the passenger side controls, so the front passenger. And this is just a combination of other settings that we will just get to in a sec. So yeah, you don't always have to come to the climate menu to turn on the climate control. You've got two ways of turning it on. You can either just start to reduce the temperature, increase the temperature, or just increase the fan speed, and that will automatically turn it all on, right? And then depending on if you want to control the direction of the air flow, right, this is where you go into the menu, and then this comes up and you have access to both, you know, the driver side here and also the passenger. So this is just to direct the air to the feet. This is directly towards the driver, and this is to cover the windshield as well. That is how you can direct the airflow. So say for example, you want this configuration to apply to all passengers, including those at the rear seat. This is where the sync comes in. So even if I change the temperature, as you can see, it syncs across, and even the rear seats here, it syncs across. Everything syncs up. To control the rear passengers climate, you can do it from here. So you go to second row seats, and similarly you've got the options displayed out like this. You can control just behind the seat, just behind the driver, and behind the front passenger seat there as well. And you can direct the wind flow as you see here as well, or even have them set to auto. So you can do all of that from the second row seat. So this is just to turn on and off the climate, but you can also do so by just reducing the fan speed all the way till it goes off. So AC is obviously, you can have climate without air conditioning, and you use this to toggle through that. And then you've got eco. Eco is mostly if you're, say, in a situation where you want to maximize your range and you want to still have air conditioning running, you can use the options here to find what works for you. So it is more like energy saving functionality. And then obviously you have your heated steering wheel here that you can turn on and off. The next one to show you is the pre-entry climate control, which I find quite useful. It also can turn on with the heated steering wheel. One last thing worth covering is the air quality control here. It's not really a control system per se, it's just the vehicle uses the air conditioning to filter out the air, to purify the air inside the cabin. So you might ask the question, where do I control the heated seats, cooled seats? Yeah, it is all in the door panel. Mercedes tend to put it in the door panel. That button there is just to control the other passenger seat, right? And you've got access to memory seats here as well. And likewise, you've got similar for the passenger. As you can see, that's the vent for airflow direction for the passenger. I think this has to be the best solution, the likes of Audi, BMW, because there's a lot of airflow that comes out of that you can just point to yourself any direction you want, and you get a full blast. Now let's check out the back and see what the rear passengers also have access to. So this is the rear seat passenger climate control system, and you turn it on by just hitting the button here like that. And then obviously you've got access to the airflow direction. You also have access to physical dials to control the movement, the direction of the air. You can increase temperature like that and also reduce it. You've got access to your fan speed like that. Yeah, you've got the same controls for the right hand side as well. So this is all very straightforward. And in the middle here, that is indication of the air quality. So in the door, that's where you will find the heated seat button to press and turn on. And yeah, as you do, you've got 3 layers. And also you have air vent here for extra air direction.